My present role is the Chief Information Officer for the campus, and I've been in that role for almost 10 years now. When I started, though, I was an instructor in business administration, and I was one of 2 business faculty. It's been a great experience. This is now finishing my 25th year. When I first came, I was teaching just about every business course except accounting. My office partner taught the accounting, and then I taught nearly everything else. Over the years, what I taught changed as the business program developed, as the nature of the students changed. What I found is I was spending more and more time in the computer labs. And I also had discovered that I really enjoyed my involvement with the people who were involved in the labs. And we really reached a point when the university was going through a reorganization about 10 years ago. And our campus was going to be combined with the Lehigh Valley campus. And at that point I was looking, and I basically suggested that we really need to have somebody who's going to be responsible for all the technology in our new college. And I basically said, I'd like the job. And after a while, after they looked at what was happening, what needed to happen, the administrators came back to me and said, you still want that job? I said, sure. And that's how I got it. Well, the technology has changed tremendously. When I first came to the campus, we had some terminals that were connected to a mainframe computer at University Park. We had a card reader and key punch machine. And when I wanted to have my students use the computer, I've taken them to this tiny little room where we had 4 terminals, and then they have to punch their cards and run their programs. And the next thing that we had, we really went upscale. We got these wonderful Apple IIe computers, and we had to learn what to do with them. So we went from the mainframe terminals to the Apple IIes, and then we got some IBM compatible machines, and then from there it just blossomed. So where we used to have maybe 6 Apples, we now have close to 800 computers on this campus. So the number of computers has grown tremendously. Plus the kinds of things that we are doing has changed also. Whereas we used to have just some computers that were standalone in a little room, now all the campus is networked and wired and wireless. And we're doing some what I think are leading edge kinds of things for our campus, and what I've discovered is some of the things that we do here at Berks, the rest of the campuses at the university begin to look and say, oh, we need to try that. A hybrid course, or also called a blended course, is where you design the course so that students will spend some part of their time in a traditional classroom. They may have some lecture activities, they may have some group activities in the classroom, but then part of their experience with that course is going to be out of the classroom, where they're going to be online doing other activities. So for example, what they might do is they might go to class, they might have a group activity in there, they might have a lecture in class, and then outside of class they're going to do maybe an online quiz. Maybe they'll go through a tutorial. In chemistry, they've got a number of tutorials that students will interact with to test concepts, so that what it will do is reinforce the concepts for the student. So the ultimate goal is that the combined blended experience enhances the learning for the student. Dr. Spees has been great when it comes to supporting technology. The first administrative council meeting that she had once she got here, she sat down and she pulled out of her purse a Visor PDA, personal advice, piece of equipment, and she said, I really like this. I think it would be great if everybody had something like this. Within the next week, I think everybody on that administrative council had ordered a PDA. And then the next administrative council meeting, we go there and everybody had a PDA. The chancellor has been very supportive of technology. And for one thing, she is knowledgeable. And she likes to try new things, and she's very receptive to that. And sometimes the challenge for us is to keep up with her. When she wants to try something, then it means that we've got staff who are going to have to learn how to do it so they can help her do what she's trying to do. One of the things that I have really enjoyed about my position is that I feel like I am making a contribution. And when I step back, I can look and I can say, I helped make that happen. And that feels good.